What's up, YouTube? What's up, Xtreme Gainz family? I'm Chuck. This is Xtreme Gainz. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today's Tuesday, July 19th, 2022, and this is my AMC, GME, and SPY Algo exposed daily update and preparation video for tomorrow and beyond. As always, I hope y'all had a great day in the market today. I hope you were able to and did take advantage of this crazy volatility and you made some extreme gains for yourselves. I'm gonna go over all my regulars, my snake algo method for all three tickers, and some macro comparatives. So with that said, let's dig in. What an unbelievable day today. SPY was absolutely on a tear. Unbelievable gains were had across the board, volatility across the market. Just an unbelievable day. I do believe, in my opinion, we are experiencing unprecedented times in the market, and the volatility day in and day out only provides opportunity to make money. And I know damn well I have been taking advantage of it. I hope y'all have been doing the same. I know Xtreme Gainz Discord fam has been. I really do hope y'all in YouTube land have been taking advantage of this and making some extreme gains for yourselves. All right, my extreme gains for today from my scalp setups, the 7 tickers that I set up every single day, provided 15 different entries from trigger, and the ROIs were off the charts. This was my highest return today on SPY. This was my scalp setup with the 385.65 trigger to the upside, a confirmation and continuation fulfillment above the trigger after it breached that level to the upside. This thing went absolutely parabolic and returned over 400% today on this one setup alone. Then I had 160%, 150%, 120%, and then I had a bunch between 40% and 15% to round out that list today. Just an unbelievable day. Super grateful and happy for those. And like I said, I hope y'all did something similar and made some extreme gains for yourself. All right, moving on to the charts. Currently on your screen is AMC and my current intra-week snake. AMC finished today down 1.09%, currently up 0.43% in after hours, trading at 1643. The current intra-week snake in the position that I had it in last night is what's on your screen. So there are a couple things I want to talk to you about here with the intra-week snake moving forward for today and then moving forward. So in the position that it was in last night, you can see that it does look like it replicated that movement. However, up above where it was projecting it, almost like a level change to the upside, perhaps potentially about to converge back with it and continue downside like it's projecting moving into tomorrow and beyond. So that is one set of circumstances and characteristics of movements regarding the intra-week snake that I'll be looking at and for going into tomorrow. Then another thing is potentially this needs extended to encompass that movement to the upside today, and with that extended, you can see the fulfillment of it and what the projection is moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to fulfill it in that position. So those are the two potential setups that I'm looking at with this intra-week snake moving forward into tomorrow and beyond. Then there's a whole nother potential scenario here. I looked at this morning and I extended this back out to the position that I had it in originally when it was enlarged like this. And there were some invert mirrorings throughout the way, but it did project this overall move and grind up to the upside at times, candle for candle. And then we had the candle for candle invert mirrorings as well. If I were to look at it in this position and consider this completed and fulfilled as of the end of day yesterday, I would need to clip yesterday and potentially today for the new intra-week snake if that were the case, and that would put this thing back on a Tuesday to Tuesday schedule like I had previously talked about, hoping that would happen this week. So if that were the case, this would be the clip, and you can see with a 1 day overlap, it gave a dead on candle for candle projection and fulfillment all of today, as well as its 1 day overlap, and you can see what the projection is moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. And it would take us until next Tuesday as well for this to potentially fulfill if price action were to continue fulfilling it up until that point, and then the next interchanging would happen and it would put it back on that essential Tuesday to Tuesday schedule. So those are the two potential setups that I am looking for from the intra-week snakes, with AMC moving into tomorrow and beyond. The macro comparative for AMC, as you are aware of, I have been using the previous double bottom right next door here in both the flipped, which is the blue, and the straight up, which is the red, in the mirrored position, and both have done exceptionally well. The flipped is right here, and the position of it, you can see that the projection once again fulfilled itself, and moving forward into tomorrow and beyond, you can see what the projection is if price action were to continue fulfilling the flipped version of this macro comparative. Then I have the straight mirrored. I had to mirror this 2 weeks ago when price action diverted and mirrored to the upside away from putting in the second lower bottom, which is now the upside that we have been fulfilling for the last few weeks here. You can see with it in that position what the projection was today and the fulfillment of it today, dead on as well. And you can see moving into tomorrow and beyond what the projection is from the straight mirrored position of that macro comparative if price action were to continue fulfill it. And that is everything I have for AMC. Up next is GME. GME finished the day today up 3.45%, currently up an additional 0.19% in after hours, trading at 151.99. The current intra-week snake is what is on your screen. Once again today, it fulfilled its projection, and you can see moving forward into tomorrow and beyond what the projection is from it if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Then the macro comparative for GME, like AMC, is from the previous double bottom right next door here. I have looked at this and tracked this in both the straight up and the mirrored positions. We have most recently been looking at it and tracking it in the mirrored position, again like AMC's one macro comparative when price action did not breach the 117 to the downside and put this lower second bottom in, and it mirrored this to the upside. And ever since its placement, we have essentially gotten candle for candle fulfillment of the projection, and you can see moving forward into tomorrow and beyond what the projection is from it if price action were to continue to fulfill it in this mirrored position. And that is everything I am looking at with GME. And last but not least, SPY. SPY finished the day today up a whopping 2.7%, up an additional 0.24% in after hours, trading at 393.22. An unbelievable day that was absolutely projected almost candle for candle today by both the intra-week snake and the macro comparative. A 3% move on SPY just today. I want you to see and realize the projection that has been tracked here and fulfilled here on SPY according to the intra-week snakes and the macro comparative. Here is the day prior to the previous divergence in its mirrored position, minus the invert mirroring that occurred here that you can see is an exact replica of the upside projection. And then we had once again after that, it had it previously, then once again a candle for candle projection of that move and bounce off the ascending level of support to the upside into yesterday, then that heavy downside yesterday, the subsequent bounce back off of the ascending level of support that it projected going into last night and all of today, and that move upside just like it projected, literally almost candle for candle. unbelievable. You can see this is ready to expire, whether or not we continue to fulfill this back to the downside like it's projecting to fulfill that to its expiry, or it obviously continues upside, breaks out of this macro descending level of resistance that we have been respecting and diverts away from this. I will potentially be clipping a new one if that is the case. But you can see moving forward, if it were to continue to fulfill, it's showing a rejection off of that descending level of resistance and back downside to what appears to be at least the macro ascending level of support that is in here in blue. So that is the day prior to divergence, intra-week snake. Then I have the day of divergence. Right here, I had talked to you last night about two possibilities with this and the position of it, and you can see that we diverted away from both of them. Whoa, where am I going? Right there, we have diverted away from both of them with the continuation to upside. So it is very, very possible right now that this intra-week snake is invalidated. The blue one, the day prior to, is the valid one, and we are about to expire, meaning I will need to clip two more a day of and a day prior to this divergence now, and or completion of this snake and the fulfillment of this if price action were to fulfill this back to the downside. However, I want to make this a note on here on this video. If price action were to fulfill this back downside, there is a possibility at that point that it could converge back with the day of divergence, the yellow one, for a continuation of fulfillment. So I will, even if I clip a day of and day prior to, keep this one on my chart and radar if price action fulfills that back to the downside today. Obviously, if we continue upside, that's when I'll be clipping new ones. So those are the intra-week snakes for SPY. Then the macro comparative for SPY, as you're all aware of, is from the 08-09 correction and crash that I have called the long-term version and position. And it has continuously fulfilled that projected and suggested path, and most recently has given essentially candle for candle projection and fulfillment throughout this entire ascending volatility and consolidation. You can see that likewise, like the blue intra-week snake, most recently as well, this thing has given full-on, almost candle for candle projection and fulfillment. And once again today, as it did yesterday with the move into the downside after the top and then the bounce off the ascending level back to the upside today, that is exactly what has fulfilled. So you can see moving forward into tomorrow and beyond what the projection is from the macro comparative in this position if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Obviously, if this turns and runs, or not turns, but just continues to run full bore upside in a way, this is something that I will have to reevaluate as far as positioning of this macro comparative at that point. I will give it a little bit of wiggle room to potentially be a liquidity rake and an extension to the upside for them to pull it back down before I invalidate it completely. But I do want to make note of that on the video as well. So that is everything I have for GME, AMC, and SPY. I don't know why I said them like that. And that is everything I have for the video. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. I appreciate it greatly. Quick reminder, I will be live here on the YouTube channel and on the Twitch channel starting at 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning from then until market close. Make sure to mark that down, set an alarm, come by, hang out with me, hang out with the Xtreme Gainz family, and let's have a good day tomorrow. Hey, if you don't make it by tomorrow, good luck in the market. Make some extreme gains for yourselves. I'll get an update and prep out tomorrow night, just like this one, after market close, like always. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I will either talk to y'all or see y'all tomorrow. Take care. Later.